Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today, well, it's time to do some more modifications to my Alice pack, my large Alice pack. So what did I do? I took this off. Be right back with you. Welcome back everybody, and before we get going, I appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and enemies, leave a comment down below and give me a thumbs up. It's all appreciated. Okay, so I took the cover off of my Alice. It was so easy, it basically just ripped off. It's just sewn with a set of double stitches across the top. Very simple. I might even come up with a different plan on how to put it back together. We'll see. But anyway, what I want to do though is I want to do some modifications to it. I want to take this no longer waterproof piece off that forms a pocket, and I've cut out some mesh and I want to replace that with it. So I still have to remove this border here all the way around to expose everything, and then I'll be able to sew that on and then reapply the border. And I'm also planning on reapplying, taking this right here off and putting another color on there also. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I plan on doing. And follow along with me, and I'll show you in the video as we go along, update you, because it would be a long video just seeing me sit here and pull stitches out. So follow along again. And so what I've done so far is I removed and I replaced the Velcro here with some green, not the tan that I had before, because I have a good bit of this green right here. And now I'm going to put the mesh on the inside, so I have a mesh inside just right here instead of that waterproof one, which was terrible. Didn't really work. And I like the idea of when you open up your bag, you can see what you've got in there. Well, I started the mesh off, which I've replaced the pull tab. And you see I have a Velcro back. It's black, but it's not going to really matter. It's going to be mostly hidden. And if you notice, I have two tones of thread. And when it got installed, it sort of installed it with the two tones of thread, which is fine because I get to see the thread a little better. One's a golden coat, brown, or coyote golden color of olive, and the other one's a dark green. But it comes through really well. I've reinforced it right here, the pull tab, so when you pull it open, it's going to be, but anyway, now I've got to form this out and sew it onto the main part. Again, welcome back. As I finished up the lid actually, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I put the Velcro front on, and I put the mesh on the inside. Okay, and now this right here will be okay because actually, yep, I screwed that up. I put a masculine in there, so I'm going to have to take out the masculine and put a feminine in there. I can't believe I did that. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top part off and redo that. So I can't believe I did that. Man, you see how easy it is to make mistakes when you don't really pay attention or your mind's on something else or whatever. I should have put a feminine in there, and I was looking for a feminine, but I don't know why. Anyway, but what I did, I'll show you right now. And I reinforced all these corners. I put the lining all the way around it, as you see here, and I reinforced along the way. I went back in, I did some reinforcements, and on the back side, I reinforced it in several spots because this is what's going to attach to the rucksack. Now, I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do that, if I'm going to put something else on there, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just reattach it the way it was because I actually it worked fine. Okay, there was no problems there, and it's quite strong. I just have to take the rucksack off of the frame and put it up here and redo it. But first, I can't believe I did that. I didn't put the right Velcro on there. But two males. Anyway, well, be back with you in a little while, and as I add it to the rucksack. Welcome back again. This video is broken up into several parts of this project, and well, guess what? It worked. Okay. Man, this thing really turned out better than I thought it would. Okay, it went on so easy I mean, the whole project has been pretty easy. I mean, except for the mistake I made, which is, yeah, well, we make mistakes. Anyway, let me show you. I have some more modifications to do this rucksack, but let me show you, this lid first. And it's so simple. I thought I was going to maybe just re-waterproof it, but it seems so flimsy. And why have half a waterproof lid when what I needed was space? I need to be able to see what's in it. So when I open it up, I can see pretty much what's inside of it. Now I reattached it the way it was. I reinforced it even. It wasn't even reinforced the way I was on there, but I put the mesh on the inside, and you can see how it goes. Okay, I re-sewed the patch on the Velcro on the outside. Okay, I reinforced it. You can get inside there. You can see what you have inside there. Different objects, that kind of stuff. So it turned out so much better than I hoped. It really did. I'm really happy with the results, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I made a few little mistakes, like I said, but you know what? It's part of it. Learning. I'm still learning how to use this machine a little bit. And sewing techniques. Organizing yourself. When you're sewing stuff, you have to go from the outside in. You don't go from the inside out. So this is basically working on the outside, but I had to actually take it apart to where I could not have done this without taking the lid off. Okay, but I did sew it back on, and it's stronger than it ever was, actually, the way it's sewn on. And like I said, it has the mesh inside of it, and so now I can see what I have in it. And like I said, it doesn't make sense waterproofing the bottom of it again when the top's not waterproof. I mean, it needs to be a waterproof bag altogether. But anyway, that's it. Okay, that's my Alice pack. The Alice pack is such a it's one of those things. Oh, I'm sweating like crazy. It's a love-hate relationship with the Alice pack. When I was in the Army, I mean, we all sort of hated it because we thought, it's the most uncomfortable pack in the world. It wasn't water resistant, really. It didn't really, but it didn't hold enough capacity for us in the wintertime to be able to take a lot of snivel gear with us or stuff that we really needed. Matter of fact, when I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, we would, in the wintertime, we would carry one sleeping bag between two guys. So we'd carry a duffel bag. We'd have an extra duffel bag that came with us. Maybe it had two sleeping bags in it, but quite often it just had one. And I remember there was luckily this kid, I didn't have mine was with somebody else, but this kid had his inside of his rucksack on a jump and he broke his leg, so I stuffed him in there. Maybe a little bit late getting to the alpha, but stuffed him in there, red lighted him, the red chem light, and called up the ground team that showed up, the medics, and they picked him up. I also have broken my ankles on jumps, that kind of stuff. But anyway, the Alice pack, like I said, it has a love-hate relationship. It's still being used to this very day. These things came out in the 80s, and they're still being used in the military today, and they're still very functional. And matter of fact, the Army with the MOLLE 4000 rucksack that's been developed and used by the airborne, by division, by airborne units. It is basically a callback to the Alice, and there's even guys going back to the Alice frame for it instead of the frame that it comes with. So I mean, it's such an it's a backpack that just has so much history behind it, and it's still in use. And these mods I'm making is so that I've gone back to it sort of strangely, away from all these high-speed rucksacks which were so heavy. This is still quite a light rucksack. It still does the job. It carries the weight a little bit lower on your shoulders, not so above your head. And for what I do with it, which is camping, it's perfect. It does. I don't need a whole lot more. In the wintertime, I can get everything I need in there. I mean, I'm not on a mission or something like that. I just go out and go camping. More mods to do? Yes, of course. I mean, my goal is one day is maybe even make one. Because I don't need the airborne suspension system on the MOLLE 4000. I'd have to cut all that out, so, but this pack right here is just, yeah, it does the job. It has the old Alice system on it, just kind of like that. And what it needs to be done is be modified and put in maybe some MOLLE webbing on it, so you can attach more modern day pouches, this kind of stuff on it on the outside if you need to. I mean, do you need to? I haven't needed to so far. And the only thing I want to add to it is a 2-quart, maybe even 2 of them, maybe a pouch on one side and a 2-quart on the other side. And that's just basically putting it back where it's at. So, I mean, in the Alice system. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you're doing mods, or you're wanting to do a mod to your rucksack, go for it. I've been working on this out here for a while. I transferred from my regular Elna sewing machine to this industrial machine, which has a double foot on it, and it's a huge difference for me. I mean, this thing is powerful. It goes through so many layers, and it does the job so well as a sewing machine. I'm really happy to have it, and I'm looking forward to more projects, more things to do. And I hope that that you guys continue following along. And if you need something made, and yeah, if you're in the States, you probably could find somebody over there who can do it for you. But if you're here in Europe, give me a shout, and we can work on a project. If you're in the local area, Switzerland, you need some modifications, or you need, even a long distance, you need some modifications, we can always, it's going to be expensive because of the post, but we can always work something out. And if you're local, just come by, and then we can modify, repair, or like I said, work on a project. So anyway, I want to thank you guys again. Hope you all have a pleasant day and a great weekend coming up. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and give me like I said, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share with your friends and enemies, and I look forward to hearing from you again soon in the past. And thank you all for visiting my channel. Take care. Have a good one. Goodbye.